The hottest releases of the year from Upper Deck have just been released, and we will go through the checklist together. Also, the Stanley Cup Playoffs are just around the corner. Which players are we watching in the hockey card market? Tune in, brand new episode of the SlabStox Puck Drop. What is up, everyone? Greg here, your French-speaking, hockey-loving host, and welcome to another episode of the SlabStox Puck Drop, episode number 6. And the SlabStox Puck Drop is also powered by SLAB SHARKS, the best place to buy and consign hockey cards on eBay. Welcome. I just told you a few moments ago that the period right now, spring, is probably the coolest period for hockey card collectors. Not only this year, Upper Deck is releasing two big products. Series 2 was released last week. SP Authentic is released next week, but also the Stanley Cup Playoffs are just around the corner. And one of the biggest hockey card shows in the world, the Toronto Sports Card EXPO, is going to be next weekend, April 20th to 23rd. I will be attending there with the SlabStox team. So if you see me wandering around, don't hesitate. Come and chat, and let's talk between hockey card collectors. Will be an absolute pleasure to meet you guys there. As I just said, the 2021-22 SP Authentic will be released on April 19th, and the show starts on the 20th. So will we see the Future Watch already in the show at the show for collectors and also vendors on site? And if you see us, the SlabStox team, make sure you come over and say hi. So this week, a lot of stuff to come by. As I said, April is a pretty big month for Upper Deck. They released last week 2022-23 Series 2 with a lot of rookies. We covered that in last episode, and we have seen the first public sales of many, many cards, of course. First off, Juraj Slafkovsky, the number 1 overall pick in the last draft. The last verified sale by Card Ladder has been sold on eBay at $58, and on the first day, I think it was $125 or something for Slafkovsky's YG. So, of course, number 1 overall pick, big player, already playing in the NHL. Actually, ended up injured for the Montreal Canadiens this season, but I have no doubt that he will find his place in the league and have a bright future. Also, this player was my chase. I told you about it. I'm a big LA Kings fan all my life. Brent Clark, super high potential there as an offensive defenseman, and his Young Guns clear cut just sold a few hours ago for $118. And this card, actually, his YG was going up for like 30-something dollars. Crazy amounts for a young defenseman that has played just a few games in the league and ended up in his junior club at the end of the season. Next up, Shane Wright, also same situation. He plays with Brent Clark for Canada as well, was drafted by the Kraken. There were discussion that he would be the number one overall pick, ended up being drafted 4th by the Seattle Kraken. His YG just went up for $37 on the last sale. So there were also big hype on the first 2 days. As you know, like it's always going this way with all the new releases, but it seems like Shane Wright's market has stabilized at around $37 so far. And another rookie I've talked to you about, and another teammate of Wright, of Clark, Dylan Ganther, that was drafted by the Arizona Coyotes. His Young Guns has sold for only $12 on eBay. So if you want a young rookie, probably to invest in long term and see where we can end up. Of course, Arizona is not the biggest market, but who knows if Connor Bedard goes there, or if they end up trading Dylan Genter somewhere else. The guy has huge potential. He's an amazing young player, and for $12, you don't really have a risk there. And last but not least, of the Dallas Stars, Wyatt Johnston, one of the best players out of this draft. Um, his YG was just sold for just under $27. Also sold just yesterday. So another great talented player there that will most probably be playing with no other than Jason Robertson. So very interesting there. I think a lot of collectors love that class. Upper Deck Series 2, I think, will go down in the next years as a very, very deep release with a lot of young talented rookies. So it's either a fun cheap rip, or if you want to keep these boxes long term as well, that could be a good thing to do right there. Next week, the big release of the 2021-22 draft class, SP Authentic, the most sought after future watch autos. You love these cards as a hockey collector. You have to have these cards in your collection. These are the rookies that are most probably not the most prestigious, because that would be the cup, but attainable card that are actually like I said, a must for every collector of players. You can see the design from this year. Trevor Zegras on the autograph patch Future Watch, numbered out of 100. The jersey number right there. Same thing for Jeremy Swayman, this young rookie goaltender for the Boston Bruins. And the first 50 copies of these cards all have the rookie debut date on the card, actually hand signed by the player. Amazing cards, numbered out of 999, as you well know. These are a couple of other designs. I think this product will make a big splash in the market. Big rookie class. Cole Caulfield is probably the biggest rookie out of that class. Trevor Zegras as well with the Anaheim Ducks. Quinton Byfield of the LA Kings. Cole Perfetti of the Winnipeg Jets. Two rookies that we saw right there. Sorry about that. Lucas Raymond and Moritz Seider of the Detroit Red Wings. There's also Dawson Mercer with the New Jersey Devils. So a big, deep rookie class. And all of these cards are hard signed as well, which is pretty amazing. And you can get the first 50 copies inscribed, except for 4 rookies that we saw, 4 of these big names I told you about. Neither Perfetti, Zegras, or both rookies of the Detroit Red Wings have an inscribed version, but all of the other ones too. I believe there's 90 signed Future Watch that are in the checklist, plus the Immortal Inc. 8 legends. Steve Yzerman is in there. Wayne Gretzky, Mike Modano have these signed cards numbered out of 10. So pretty rare, but pretty amazing as well. And a little bit of a change this year to the formula of SP Authentic. So the release date, let me remind you, April 19th. So next Wednesday, 9 cards per pack, 10 cards, 9 cards per pack, 10 packs per boxes, or about that 16 bucks per case. So no more 8-box inners in a master case. There's only master cases this year, it seems. And so less base cards and 2 autographs per card. So 1 Future Watch, maybe Future Watch Auto Patch, Future Watch Retro, and all of these different versions that you can find anywhere you like to analyze your checklists. And you can see all of these other inserts that you can get, but might be interesting there to rip a few boxes. If you believe in that rookie class and you like these rookies, it's my case there. I can't wait to have these boxes in hand, and might not be able to resist opening a few of these ones. All right. So as I said earlier, the Stanley Cup playoffs are right around the corner, and today, we're recording this on Wednesday. We know pretty much 15 of the 16 teams that will take part on the spring tournament. Here in the Western Conference, the last 2 spots were taken by the Seattle Kraken and the Winnipeg Jets, who confirmed yesterday that they were qualified for the playoffs. And you have the usual teams in there: Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota, the Vegas Golden Knights, the Edmonton Oilers, and the LA Kings. As you see highlighted there, No shame. I'm an LA Kings fan, lifetime. And in the Eastern Conference, it's a bit more complicated. The Pittsburgh Penguins are still alive. Are they going to make it? They have an 8% chance or something. But the New York Islanders are very close, actually, to confirm that they will take part of the playoffs. The Florida Panthers actually qualified yesterday. And you can see the 6 other teams: the Carolina Hurricanes, New Jersey Devils, the New York Rangers, the Boston Bruins, the best team in the whole league, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the Tampa Bay Lightning. So we will go through a couple of players, some sure shots, some sleepers probably in the market, and some risky takes as well. You can also go comment on our YouTube channel and see if you agree or disagree with me. It's all okay. There's no sure shot in the hockey card market, as you well know. So from the Dallas Stars, who else than Jason Robertson? And he's a sure shot. He's an amazing player. He's 23 years old, and look at his stats from this year: 46 goals, 60 assists, 106 points. So first time in his career that he has a 100-point season. Amazing. And his hockey card market, as you can see, has been like a roller coaster, up and down in the past 2 years, and overall in these past 2 years have been on a downtrend of 8%. So there might be a great opportunity there, as in my own humble opinion, the Dallas Stars are an absolute contender in the West. They have an amazing team. They have Jason Robertson. They have a great goaltender in Jake Ottinger. So they might make a big push there in the Western Conference. And it seems like people are also seeing this in the past month. His Young Guns PSA 10, and look at that pop, very low pop, 846. Not super rare, but if you compare with other players that are the best amongst the league, the fact that the quality control in 2020 from Upper Deck was kind of rough, makes it a little lower pop. And in the past month, this card has grown 20%. So might be interesting there. Still time to buy in if, once again, the Dallas Stars are making a push in the playoffs and Jason Robertson still performs the way he's doing right now. This might be very interesting, both short and long term. Next up, for the Toronto Maple Leafs, an interesting case there in that team because you have so many offensive leaders. Mitch Marner has had a tremendous season so far: 99 points, 30 goals, 69 assists. William Nylander, 86 points in 81 games, 39 goals. And Austin Matthews, coming off a season last year of 60 goals, is at 40 goals so far, 85 points, even though he missed a couple of games being injured. And look at these markets. In the past 3 months, Austin Matthews, after a rough year in his market, is trending up, and Mitch Marner still trending down by 13%. So Austin Matthews was pretty cheap in the past weeks, in the past months. So there might be a great opportunity to still buy him there if that's a big if. The big question in Toronto: can they go through the first round? They're going to play against the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Tampa Bay Lightning are said to be kind of tired after these 3 past super long seasons. May I remind you, they won the Stanley Cup twice and also went to the finals last year, which they lost to the Colorado Avalanche. So the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to try and beat their curse and go to the second round, which they haven't done in a couple of years. And also, if you look at one of these last sale of Mitch Marner, I think Mitch Marner will be the leader of this team in the next coming years. I don't know, and the future still, we don't know what's going to be Austin Matthews' future with the team. But Mitch Marner, a local hero there in Toronto. But also, don't forget about William Nylander, almost 40 goals this season. And look at his card prices. His YGPSA 10 from 2016-17 is sitting at $152, which is super, super cheap for a player that talented. That usually performs very, very well in playoffs. We discussed that together in the past episodes as well. So interesting case there for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Edmonton Oilers. That's when I'm talking about a sure shot. This is the king himself, Connor McDavid, the most popular player in the world and also the best player on the planet. 150 point this season, an absolute dominance from Connor McDavid. And why am I talking to you about Connor McDavid right now? It's because this question remains: what could make this his card prices go up? Can he win a Stanley Cup? Can he go there? They almost made it last season, but the Colorado Avalanche beat them to it. But this season, with a bit of a better goaltending, a bit of a better defense on the team, and Connor McDavid, there are three players on that team that had 100-point season: Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. So let's see, where is it going to go? Once again, is this the year? Is this the year for Connor McDavid? So his YGPSA 10 from 2015 has gone up in the past 3 months by 8.84%. So might be interesting there right before the playoffs. If you can afford it, if you believe in the Edmonton Oilers this season, there's still a big question mark for me, but who knows? After the first games of the first round, if they win 2 or 3 in a row, I believe his market could go up, of course. But if you look his card, his YGPSA 10 went up by 8.84%, and his whole market has been down by almost 2%. So you can see there, great opportunity for me, Connor McDavid right now. SlabStox Puck Drop episode is powered by SLAB Sharks, and let's go take a look on their eBay auctions for this week. Tonight on SLAB Sharks account, 2 monsters to start right off the bat. This 2019 The Cup Jack Hughes RPA out of 99, probably the biggest Jack Hughes rookie card that you can get. It's a beauty, and so far it is standing at 4,400 Canadian dollars, 18 bids, so a pretty popular auction right there with still 1 day to go. Also from the Cup in 2020 product that was released just a few weeks ago, this NHL Glory Shield, pardon me, Connor McDavid auto, 1 out of 10. And look at that auto, pretty special one there, pretty rare sight in for Connor McDavid's collectors. So far it's sitting at $1,575, 13 bids, and it will end up on Thursday night, as you might already know. A few Connor McDavid right there also for collectors. And speaking of rare sight, look at that Quinn Hughes Future Watch rookie black PSA 9, an absolute beauty, rare card, very rare card, and it shows on the bids, 19 bids so far and $737. I can't wait to see where this one will end up. His big brother Jack, also in an SGC slab, absolute beauty, his Future Watch, graded 9 auto 10. Let's see also where it's going to end up. And Alexis Lafreniere, which I will be talking to you about in just a few moments, his The Cup RPA out of 99, 3-color patch, beautiful patch from the Rangers uniform, is sitting at 635 Canadian dollars with 22 bids. So very popular cards right here on the Slab Sharks auctions. All right, back to it. I couldn't make an episode and talk about the LA Kings because the LA Kings might be a sleeper in the West. They've been doing extremely well since the draft, not the draft. Sorry about that. The trade deadline, and they've been winning games with their new goaltender Jonas Korpisalo, and there might be some hidden gems there, and Adrian Kempe might be one of them. Look at his season, 38 goals this season, 25 assists, still not a lot of points, but we love goal scorers in the playoffs, and Adrian Kempe might be this guy. If he scores a couple, the LA Kings might be a matchup against the Edmonton Oilers in the first round, which is going to be, to me, a very a very goal-loaded first round matchup against these two teams. And look at his prices. His YGPSA 10 pop 54, so a very rare card in there. has been sold just a few weeks ago for $117 or just about. So might be an interesting play there if you believe the LA Kings will go deep in the playoffs and they can make a splash. And Adrian Kempe has the talent to make that happen for sure. Next up for the New York Rangers, also an interesting play there. Alexis Lafreniere, former first overall pick, and he's been having a season that has been pretty mid. I can say it this way: 16 goals in 80 games, 39 points. But Alex Lafreniere, and why am I talking to you about him? Is because Montreal is a huge card market, and people on the hockey planet, but also in Canada, here in Quebec, they all want to see Lafreniere do well, and the New York Rangers might be a force to be reckoned with in the Eastern Association. So let's say Alexis Lafreniere, even though he's not playing a role on the top line on the New York Rangers, if they go all the way, if they go to the Stanley Cup playoffs, and he comes back here in Canada, in on the Montreal North Shore, where he comes from, right next to where I grew up, he could. We could see a pricing in his card just go up in a dramatic fashion. And in the past month, you've seen his card market go down for just about 15%, and his YGPSA 10 from 2020 also just sold for $148. So might be interesting there, either for a long term or just for the playoffs. As I said, if Alexis Lafreniere scores a couple of goals in the playoffs, does well, that we see all of his talent, highlight reels, and he can go all the way with the New York Rangers, I actually think it's going to be very positive for his card market. So that's why I thought it was interesting to. It's a hot take for sure. I mean, there's probably going to be people in the comments that are going to disagree with me, and that's okay, but that's just a thought I'm putting out there. If you believe in his potential, you believe also that the New York Rangers have one hell of a team with Patrick Kane that's now playing there. Also, Vladimir Tarasenko and all of these other talented forwards, and also defensemen. Adam Fox is there, Keandre Miller, and Chesterkin as a goaltender. Next up, New Jersey Devils. That's a sure shot. That's the rock star of the league this year, Jack Hughes, who just broke the record, Patrick Elias's record as the most points in a season for a Devils player with 97 points. And he did all of this, almost 100 points. Let's see. There's still one game to play for the New Jersey Devils. 97 points so far. Can he go to 100 at the age of 21 years old? So the American forward, 43 goals already. If he goes for another 3-point night in his last game of the season, will go in the 100-point club this year. His market in the past month has been going down. He's been red hot at the beginning of 2023 in January and February. So that explains probably that we see his market stabilize. So just down by 9% in the past month. And just a few days ago, his future watch Raw was sold for $720. So might be interesting there. Once again, the Devils might play their actual neighbors, the New York Rangers, in the first round. Let's see. But that series will have a lot of media attention, and I believe in that young Devils team. I love what Jack Hughes is doing this season, so might be interesting there. But also as a long-term hold, once again, I believe Jack Hughes has the potential to grow a lot still in the hobby. Next up, the Minnesota Wild. And we couldn't talk about playoffs and talk about this absolute gamer of a player, Kirill the Thrill Kaprizov. He's been injured in the past months, and his market has been reflecting that. So almost down 14%. But he just got back playing, and he's hungry for more. And the Minnesota Wild have been doing amazing, even without Kaprizov. So they could be a force once again in the Western Conference. And you can see on the past 2 weeks, past 3 months, his card market has been down 14%, and past 2 weeks up by 11% on his YG PSA 10 once again. But look at the population on this card. 3,587 copies graded 10 of this Kirill Kaprizov Young Guns from 2020. So we see, as soon as we see change in a player's card market, in my opinion, the Young Guns are the first cards reflecting that. So that might be the case there with Kirill Kaprizov trending up right before the playoffs, and the Minnesota Wild. As I said, it's pretty much anybody's game in the West. Dallas could be contenders, Minnesota as well. Of course, the defending champs, the Colorado Avalanche. I talked to you about the LA Kings, Edmonton Oilers. Who knows? So might be interesting there to get a couple of Kirill Kaprizov cards before the playoffs. And that's it for us this week. That was a lot of content in just a few minutes. So see you at the Toronto Sports Cards Expo. Enjoy the SP Authentic release next week. Also enjoy the beginning of the playoffs. We will be speaking at the beginning of May, and we will just recap everything that has been going on the first round of the playoffs, but also what's next in the hockey card market. My name is Greg. It was an absolute pleasure to be with you guys this week. Take care and talk to you soon.